Students, am I audible now? Tell me quickly. Yes? Am I audible? Be quick. Okay, cool. Okay, so hi students, welcome to Unacademy NEET English channel. Hi, my name is Gopika, your biology educator on Unacademy NEET English channel. So if you're new to this channel, do not forget to subscribe, okay? And also send the link to all your friends, okay? Yes, am I perfectly audible? Is everyone facing an issue? Just tell me quickly yes, so we can start the session without any problems, okay? Yes, okay. Yes, fine. Okay, students. So today I'm back with another session of plant kingdom, right? You people are all struggling with biological classification. I hope by now you are confident about the chapter. Are you confident about the chapter? Biological classification? Tell me quickly. Yes, no. Are you confident? 1 minute. Yes, student, tell me. Are you all confident about biological classification? Yes? Yes, okay. Yes, sorry students, 1 minute. Yes, yes, okay, okay. Are you all confident about biological classification? Quickly answer the poll and let me know so I can, I can be at peace and I can start plant kingdom. Because students, if you do not understand biological classification, every chapter after this is going to be interconnected, okay? So it is going to be difficult. Fine? Yes, so quickly answer the poll and let me know if you understood the chapter. Okay, and how many of you have not attended the challenge yet? Yesterday I gave you a challenge at end of biological classification. If you haven't answered the challenge yet, okay, once this class get over, please go back and answer the challenge. Okay, it is fun. It will make sure that you're all confident. Okay, clear? Can we start? Can we start? Can we put quickly my favorite emoji on the chat box? Yes? Yes, very good. Many are answering. Yes, okay. So put my favorite emoji. We will start the class without any delay. Quickly. Yes. Okay, go on. Faster. Yes. Most of you understood the assignment, right? Yes, very good. Yes, Priyanka is always, no? Priyanka is always the fast. Yes, very good students. Okay, so let's start the class. Plant kingdom. Now you know from RH Whittaker that we have classified, right? We have classified our kingdoms into kingdom Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae and animalia. So in biological classification, there is a small introduction to kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia. But then I told you that we have a separate chapter itself for plant kingdom and animal kingdom. So I told you we will introduce the chapter, today I will introduce to plant kingdom. Okay, fine. So we will start with plant kingdom, students. So here also, in plant kingdom also, classification has happened. In plant kingdom also, what has happened? Classification has happened. It didn't just come like that, right? There was classification. And the first ever classification was known as artificial classification. What was it known as? Artificial classification. So, in artificial classification, you remember our Aristotle, what he classified? He classified them into herbs, shrubs and trees. Similarly, artificial classification also happened based on simple morphology. Okay, simple morphology. That means, oh, this plant looks like this, so we will put this plant here. This plant looks this way, so we will put it here. Is that the right way to classify? As a biology student, is that the right way to classify? Yes or no? Quickly. Yes, superficial characters, exact word. Yeah, superficial characters, right? What you see externally, you classify that organism. Now tell me, can you judge when you first met your friend? Did you judge your friend by just looking at them? No, right? Slowly you became friends, you understood each other's character, you understood each other's likes and dislikes, and now you are strong friends. Just by looking, oh, he looks like this, so I will not be friends with him, or she looks like this, like, that's not the right way, right? Even when it comes to classification, that is not the right way. So artificial classification was based on simple morphology, okay? And it was started, the terms were introduced by Aristotle and Carl Linnaeus. You know these two people by two kingdom classifications properly, right? So they brought about the first word called artificial classification. Now, vegetative characters and the male part of the plant was observed. That is, what is your male part, right? Your antheridium, okay? Antheridium, right? This was observed. That is, your male part was observed. Now tell me, students, now when you look into the hibiscus flower, you see pollen grains. Do you see proper, like, male parts? No, right? So how can you classify something based on the vegetative character and male part? Like, where do they even connect? Correct? Correct? So they classified based on vegetative characters and the male part or your antheridium of a plant. Definitely the classification is not going to be a success. It failed. Okay, this classification also failed. But what was the serious disadvantage? Serious disadvantage, I'll tell you. See, the closely related species also were separated. That means there could have been, like I told you, just because you saw someone's physical appearance or their simple morphology, you told, I will not be their friend. But then maybe when you're in real difficult time, this person would have helped you. That time you'll be regretting, no, oh no, I should have checked this character or her character and then became friends, correct? Same way, this what happened, closely related species were separated because their anatomical characters were not looked. They might have been anatomically similar, but they were separated. Is that okay? Is that okay to separate like that? Quickly, where is the Josh? Yeah, where is the Josh? I told you people, when you're coming to my class, you people take glucose, you people eat proper food and come to my class. Because I want energy in the chat box. Okay? No energy. Are you trying to say no energy? All of you have energy, no? Yes. Fully, what do you tell? Fully packed with ATPs. Yes? Okay, great. Okay. Subhashini got what I wanted. Okay. Many people got. Yes. Okay. So, this classification failed because closely related species were separated even though they were anatomically similar. They could have been anatomically similar, but then they were separated because these people didn't feel like they were close enough. So it's like, okay, let's separate them, right? Okay, every time I think about Aristotle and Carl Linnaeus classifications, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of funny because it's the way they have classified, no? But then because of them only evolution has happened. We came up with better classifications. Okay. Now vegetative characters were given more weightage than reproductive characters. Students, you all know as a biology students, vegetative characters can change over time, right? This is very much variable. This is a variable. Okay, but will your reproductive characters change? No, your reproductive characters are not going to change. I'm not talking about your external growth. I'm talking about your internal, right? Your zygote formation, your DNA getting, all this mixing up will not change, right? So, vegetative characters are variable. So, how can you give more weightage to vegetative characters and not give it for reproductive characters? Correct? So, this was one of two drawbacks of artificial classification. After artificial classification, we had phylogenetic classification and natural system of classification. Now listen here, natural system of classification was merely based on natural affinities. Now I'll tell you why this classification was better than Aristotle's classification. It is because they went into the depth. They went into the depth. They didn't go for simple morphology. They checked the anatomy, they checked the embryology, okay, they checked the ultrastructure of the cell. This is what is important, no? This is what is important. Will superficial characters, looking at someone and judging that person, or looking at superficial characters and putting them into class, is that the right way? No. So, natural system of classification was brought about, this term was brought about by Bentham and Hooker. Okay, students? So, what did they do? They checked on the natural affinities. That means, what is the affinity between them? Maybe they have the affinity because of the anatomy. Maybe they have an affinity because of the embryology. Because they put these things in better place. Okay? Okay? So, look here. They took in anatomy, phytochemistry, embryology, ultrastructure. Okay? This is important. It is there in your textbook. These are all NCERT lines, students. I am not taking it from elsewhere and bringing it here. See, you people need to focus on the NCERT. So, even I am focusing on NCERT. And see, the main purpose is that by the end of the video, you people should be feeling confident that, okay, I can do it. Okay, that is the main purpose. So, bringing in so much information is not my point. My point is to make your NCERT strong. Okay, your foundation to be strong. Okay, that is why we are going on repeating the chapters. Okay, students, clear? Your foundation is what we are trying to build. Because once the foundation is strong, no, even if extra information is there also, you will still be able to score maximum. Got it? Got it? So, if you haven't shared the link with your friends, quickly share the link so even they are benefited, because NCERT lines are important, right? NCERT lines is everything, right? Everything for your NEET. Clear? Okay? So, do share the link with your friends and ask more friends to join and like the session. Okay? Like the session. Okay? And how many of you haven't joined my special class yet? How many of you haven't joined my special class yet? And you know what? Today I'm coming up with molecular basis of inheritance one shot. Full thing, including MCQs, we are going to do. Okay? So, if you still haven't joined my special class, it's in the description box, students. Go click and follow me on special class. So, we will have, so YouTube classes also you will be attending, my special class also you will be attending. So, we are going to finish the portions. Clear? Clear? If you haven't followed me, go right away. Okay? Fine. Let's continue. So, after this natural system of classification, here they made one more point better. What was that? They gave more weightage to reproductive characters than to vegetative characters, which is the right thing, because reproductive characters are going to not change, but vegetative characters are going to change. Clear? Clear? Okay. Then we came to phylogenetic classification. I already told you guys. When we spoke about R.H. Whittaker only, R.H. Whittaker, you know, won the classification. It is because of he going back to checking the roots, checking the ancestors, phylogenetic relationships, right? Here also, this phylogenetic classification was definitely amazingly accepted by all of them. Okay. So, what was it? It was the more advanced type of classification. That means this classification was extremely advanced, because once you go down and you see, okay, these two species had same ancestors. That means what? Your classification is going to be easier. Correct? Correct? Your classification is going to be easier. Now, evolutionary relationship between various organisms are acceptable. That means going back to the roots and checking if this organism has to belong here or maybe it belongs elsewhere. That is important, right? That is important. You cannot just, just by, mere appearance or like more than that, you have to see from where this evolution has happened. Now, we say, our ancestors, we talk about our ancestors, right? How do we know that we were ancestors of, you say, Ramapithakas and all this? We have developed income. How? Because we went back to the roots. So, same way for plants also, students, it is very, very applicable. Okay. Now, See, this assumes that the organism belonging to the same taxa will have common ancestors. Okay, this question could be asked. This question could be asked, which classification assume that same taxa can have common ancestors? Phylogenetic classification. But there is a problem. There is a problem, right? The problem is nothing but every organism, do they need to have an ancestor? I mean, see, every organism might have an ancestor, but then is it easier to find it? Is it easier to find, students? Is it easier to find? Going back to the fossils, old fossils, from that fossil you try to see if, oh, if development has happened. Is it easier? Tell me yes or no quickly. No, right, right. Not possible, right? It's not possible. It's not possible. So that is the problem. That is the problem. So when, you know, there are organisms, or say there are plants where ancestor fossils are not there, we don't know from where they came. That time what we will do? We cannot just throw them outside, right? We have to put them into a classification. That is when scientists and biologists and zoologists, everyone came up with another classification called, okay, another classification called, where we have your numerical, okay, numerical classification. That is your numerical classification. Students, numerical classification is very simple. It is like your coding language. It is like your coding language. That means you use some letters, you use some numbers, okay, and you tell it, okay, this organism is placed here. This organism will be placed, say, in this. So that numerical classification was done. Okay. So all of this was computer based. All of this is computer based. How do you do coding? How do you do coding? How many of you know coding? Tell me. Let me see how fast is your reply. Okay. You'll be like, ma'am, I'm a biology student. Why should I know coding? No, that will be a thought, right? But there are students who like coding, even though their biology background, they might be studying it as like a course or something, right? Yes? Okay. So, what is happening? So, here what is happening? This numerical classification took some observable characters. Now, what happens, students? When we take observable characters, we can have hundreds of them, right? Right? Now, we can take, say, now we calculate 100 plants and we see that, okay, these are all the observable characters. That means we can have more number of, say, set of plants in one classification, correct? Observable characters. Agreed? Agreed, all of you? Did you get so far? Did you get so far what we were trying to understand? Yes, all of you? Yes or no? Yes, okay. Okay, students, don't worry. This is all your NCERT. This is full your NCERT. You don't have to open your NCERT. Everything is here. Everything is here. Okay? Okay, observable characters were taken into consideration. Because of this, what is going to happen? We are going to have hundreds of them in one, right? In one. Okay, hundreds of them in one. Now, cytotaxonomy. Okay, cyto itself means what, students? Cell. Right? Cyto itself means cell. So, this is based on cell structure and chromosome number. This is based on cell structure and chromosome number. Okay? Got it? Now, chemotaxonomy. From the word itself, you understand chemical. Chemical. Chemo means chemical. That means which are the chemicals present in a plant. Now, proteins will be present, DNA will be present, RNA will be present, calcium oxalate crystals will be present. So many will be present, no? Depending on this, if we did classification, how they would be. Okay, depending on this, if I did classification, how they would be. Got it? Got it so far? Yes? Understood? Did you understand? Yes? Okay, some news channels also are here in this chat box. They are giving you update about the news, what is happening in everywhere. Okay, yes, fine. Okay, students, so now kingdom Plantae, right? In your kingdom Plantae, what was the classifications that they went through, right? In kingdom Plantae, what was the classifications that happened? Okay, the first ever classification was, okay, first ever classification was your algae, right? Agreed? Agreed? Algae. And then we had bryophytes, okay? bryophytes. Then we had our, okay, then we had our pteridophytes, okay. Then you have your gymnosperm and angiosperm. Now, according to the reduced syllabus, your angiosperm is not there. Okay, it is not there in your new NCERT also. So, now we won't be doing angiosperms. Okay, this is the classification. Yes, all of you agreed? This is the classification. Okay, so we have algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperm and angiosperm. Okay, so we'll see how was the development. Okay, now students, algae, okay, they are basically aquatic. Okay, they are aquatic. Okay, their form is aquatic. Now, when it comes to bryophytes, we can tell them as the first terrestrial, but the problem is it was not completely successful. That is because to complete their life cycle, are you all with me? To complete their life cycle, they need aquatic, that means they need water. To complete the one life cycle, they need water. So, can we call them completely terrestrial? No. So, we can call them, okay, we can call them amphibians of the plant kingdom. They are called the amphibians of the plant kingdom. All of you make a note, this question could be asked, okay. This question could be asked, which is the amphibian of the plant kingdom, or who is the amphibian of the plant kingdom, anything. Got it? Now, this completion was done here. That means this actually became the terrestrial, proper terrestrial plants, okay, proper terrestrial plants. Gymnosperm, angiosperm, definitely terrestrial. Angiosperm, there are few of them which were aquatic, like your water hyacinth and all that, okay. So, here I am going to write terrestrial angiosperm because we are not doing, still for your knowledge, some of them are aquatic, okay, some of them are aquatic. Water hyacinth is the example. Clear about the habitat? So, can I write here habitat? Okay, I will write here habitat. We are doing the habitat, okay, right. So, we are going to deal with their characters. Are all of you with me? Are all of you with me? Yes? Yes? Okay, okay. So, this much is clear? This much is clear? Okay, now, this is the habitat. That means from where to where the development has happened. See, this transition stage is important, students, because see, this was completely aquatic. Bryophyte tried its level to become a terrestrial. But to complete a life cycle, it needs some water. So, because of that, we call them amphibians of the plant kingdom. Okay. Now, being said this, you can, I will tell you one more thing, okay. I want to teach you few terms, okay, because if I don't tell you these terms, it is difficult for you. Most of you will know it, surely most of you will know it, but then I still want to introduce it. Students, understand, your plantae, your plantae will undergo something known as alternation of generation. I told this term yesterday, I gave you a small introduction also, okay, but I'll just introduce it again to you. It is nothing but, it is simple. There will be a gametophytic stage and a sporophytic stage. Okay, there will be a gametophytic stage and a sporophytic stage. I'll show you an image of it. But as of now, just try to understand. Your gametophytic stage, what do you expect from a gametophytic stage, students? What do you expect from a gametophytic stage? What do you expect? Gametophyte. That means, what is the word telling? Gametophyte, what is the word telling? Tell me. Haploid. Simple words. Gametophyte. What do you get from it? The word gametophyte. You people are going to the upper classes. Students, basic question. Gametophyte. Nandini has got it. Half. So, gamete forming, right? Gametophyte means what? It should form gametes, right? It should form gametes. And like you people told, the gametes will be haploid. Okay, like you told, the gametes will be haploid. Okay, so this is gametes, correct? Okay, Now, what is expected of gametes? They have to fuse together. Okay, they have to fuse together. That will form a zygote. Now, the zygote, if n plus n is what, students? 2n. Agreed? 2n. So, here it's going to be diploid. Here it's going to be diploid. So, we had gametophytic stage. Okay, that gave rise to gametes. Okay, that gametes fused together to form a zygote. Yes, the zygote is going to be diploid. Zygote is going to be diploid. Okay, now the zygote is going to undergo mitosis. Okay, zygote is going to undergo, 1 minute. It's going to undergo, okay, mitosis and give rise to a sporophytic stage. Okay, it is going to give rise to a sporophytic stage. Okay, okay, sporophyte. Now the sporophyte, sporophyte will undergo meiosis, and give rise to multiple spores. Okay, give rise to multiple spores. Students, tell me if the spores are going to be haploid or diploid. Tell me. Tell me. Will the spores be haploid or diploid? N or 2N. Just put N or 2N. That's all. Very good. Trisha has answered first. Haploid, right? All of this is going to be haploid. Agreed? Agreed? Okay. Now, these spores will undergo germination. Okay. This spores will, that means they will mature, right? The spores are going to mature, or you can also use the word germination. Okay. It will germinate and give rise to a gametophyte. Okay. Give rise to a gametophyte. So, here mitosis happened. Here meiosis happened, right? Right? Okay, mature spores are going to get scattered, and they are going to form your gametophytic stage. What is this called? Alternation of generation. Okay, alternation of generation. Clear all of you? Clear all of you? Yes, no? Okay, students, you can ignore the spam in this one and focus here. Okay, focus here. Focus here. Alternation of generation. Alternation of generation. Okay, clear? Clear? So, here we will have a gametophytic stage. Students, understand your gametophytic stage, no? It's going to be more of leaf-like structure. So, if I have to draw a gametophytic stage, I can draw a gametophytic stage like this. Okay, like this. And on the gametophytic stage, no? Here, when it comes here, maybe here we can draw. You can see on the gametophytic stage, there will be a sporophyte formed. Okay, there will be a sporophyte formed. Okay, like this. Okay, like this, a sporophyte will be formed. Okay, I'll show you the diagram. I'll show you the how it's seen on nature. It will look like this. So, this will become a gametophytic stage. This will become your sporophytic stage. Okay, sporophytic stage. Got it? Okay, clear? Clear so far? This is known as alternation of generation. Now, understand so much. Okay, why I introduced you to all these terms is, see, when you talk about algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm and angiosperm, each of them have a dominant phase and the second phase, recessive phase, or the second phase. Okay, dominant phase might be a gametophyte or might be a sporophyte. Got it? So, to understand that is why I explained you this. So, if the term is clear, we will get back. Okay, clear? Okay, now okay, this is your NCERT, students. Same thing, whatever I told you about your chemotaxonomy, numerical, everything is here. You can look here. Phylogenetic classification we did, numerical taxonomy we did, and cytotaxonomy we did. Okay, I have just put a reference so that you people don't feel like, oh, you missed out on any information or anything. Everything is there. Okay, everything is there in the points that I explained. Okay, now, look here, look here. Can you see? Can you see the sporophytic stage? Can you see the sporophytic stage and the gametophytic stage? Look at your spores, how it is. Look how they are. See, they will have leaf-like structure. Can you see leaf-like structures? And you can see sporophytic stage, they'll have a long needle-like structure and a small capsule-like structure. Clear? Yes. Quick? Yes. Okay. So this is how it's going to look. This is how it's going to look. Okay? Yes. Okay. Now let's continue what we were trying to say. Okay? So we learned so far about gametophyte, sporophyte. Now understand, you need to have a continuation. You need to know which is the dominant phase, which is the recessive phase. So now I will just write here. Okay? Okay, pteridophyte. Students, you can continue where you wrote the habitat. Okay. Angiosperm we will not be going to do, but I'll just write it here for your understanding. Okay. So we have algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte and gymnosperm. Fine. So here we wrote the habitat. We wrote aquatic. Okay. Terrestrial. And they are also called amphibians of the plant kingdom. Okay. Amphibians of the plant kingdom. Then here again they were also terrestrial. This is also terrestrial. This can be terrestrial, some of them are aquatic. Okay, got it? Aquatic. Yes? Yeah, let's start with the, what? Let's start with the, which is the dominant stage and which is the recessive stage. So you can write here dominant stage or dominant phase. Okay, dominant stage or phase you can write. Are you with me? Are you with me, all of you? Yes? Okay. So in algae, the dominant stage is a gametophyte. Okay, dominant stage is gametophyte. Students, what am I trying to say by dominant stage? That means this will give rise to a sporophyte and this will be the first stage. This will give rise to gametes. Gametes will fuse to form zygote. That will go and form sporophyte. Okay. Yes. Then in bryophytes also the dominant stage is gametophyte. Okay, dominant stage is gametophyte. Clear? In pteridophytes the dominant stage is anyone knows? Is it sporophyte or gametophyte? Just give it a guess. Just give it a guess. What is going to give it a guess? Is it a sporophyte or a gametophyte? You want clue? Oh, very good, Trisha. Yes, it is a sporophyte. Okay, it is a sporophyte. Gymnosperm also is a sporophyte. Students, as of now, we won't do angiosperm. Okay, let's separate angiosperm from this because it's reduced in your syllabus. So, students who are looking out for this video will be the students who got to know about the reduced syllabus. So, we will just not touch this. Okay, dominant stages here. Now, just looking at this, it's like a rhyming. Now, tell me which will be the next phase or the second stage. Opposite of this, right? Tell me which is the stage. Sporophyte. This also is a sporophyte. Okay, this will be a gametophyte. This also is going to be a gametophyte. Clear? Clear? Yes, very good. Some of you are answering, some of you I don't know. Something and all is going around. Okay, students, please be here. Please be focused. Okay, please be focused. Okay, next, this much is clear. This much is clear. Now we'll see if they have, you know, thalloid kind of structure. So thalloid means, students, their body organization, how it is. This is thalloid. What do I mean by thalloid? That means this is an undifferentiated mass. You cannot understand if there is leaf, stem, root, okay? Undifferentiated mass. Clear? You cannot understand. It's just a mass. It's just a mass of body. There is no, like how you tell, just a, you know, a clumsy place. You don't know which is the bedroom, which is the living room, which is the dining hall, nothing. It is, everything is in one. Same like that, a thalloid, an undifferentiated mass. Okay. Here, bryophytes also, the body organization is not very developed, but it is still like a mass. Okay, it's still like a mass. Okay, we could say that, okay, maybe some root-like structures are there, stem-like structures are there, still it is not completely developed. Okay, but the first development has taken place here. Okay, taken place here, where you will, so here students, you can write root-like structures. That means they are not actual roots, they are root-like. Okay, stem-like, leaf-like. Clear? But here you can see more. You can see a better organization of roots, stem and leaf. I wouldn't say they are like the angiosperm and gymnosperm. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm trying to say, compared to a bryophyte, they have a better understanding. We can at least look at them and be like, oh, yeah, this is the root. But in bryophyte, it is more on the messed up side. It's a little clumsier. Okay. And then when it comes to gymnosperm, you already know they have proper roots, right? They have proper root, stem and leaf. That means they will have venations, right? They will have root tips. Everything will be more prominent. So far clear? Are you writing notes with me? Are you writing notes with me, or you're just sitting and watching? Tell me quickly, are you all with me? Yes? No? Yes? No? Yes. Okay. So far understood. We have here proper root stem system. Yes, writing. Do you want me to wait? Do you want me to wait? Yes, students? Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'll wait. Write it quickly. Write it quickly. Yes. Okay. Done? Done? Tell me quickly if you're done. Yes. Done. Okay. Vishnu, I can't complete the whole chapter today. It is not a one-shot video. So it is not, I cannot complete the whole chapter. We are going to do it slowly with the NCRT lines, okay? The purpose is to make you people understand. The purpose is not to just read the whole thing and go, right? So I will not be able to complete the chapter. Clear? Okay. Students, so far clear? Now I want to talk about the vascular system. That means, do they have xylem? Do they have phloem? Now looking at this only, you can tell, no, I'm going to use green. Just tell me if algae will have xylem and phloem. No, because they are full time in water. They do not require any vascular system, right? So I'm going to write here vascular system. Just tell yes or no. Okay, just tell yes or no. Vascular system here not required. Here also not required, because again to complete their life cycle they are going into water phase, and xylem and phloem is not necessary. Okay, not necessary here. But here it's there, here it's there, even in angiosperm is there. Clear, students? Yes? Yes? So here your vascular system is not there in algae and bryophytes, but the rest of the three will have vascular systems. Okay, the rest of the three will have vascular system, that is your xylem, phloem, vesicles. But understand here, in pteridophytes, no, you won't have sieve tubes and all. You will have sieve cells, Okay, you will not have the proper anatomical structure, like you will not have sieve tubes, companion cells, tracheids, vessels, you know, everything will be in a small, like a less differentiated phase. Clear? Can I move on? Can I move on? So this is our general understanding. This is general understanding. Okay, general understanding of what is going to happen, right? And you know, algae will be photosynthetic. That you will study about algae, but generally you know that algae is photosynthetic. That means they will make their own food. Even bryophytes, they are green, they will do photosynthesis. Okay, from pteridophytes, here also they will do photosynthesis because everything has chlorophyll. Got it? Yes. Fine. Let's see. Okay, here we are introducing one. Yes, we will start with algae. So we have been continuously learning, you know, listening. We have a lot of information about algae, right? But let's fix our information to what our NCERT has to tell. Okay, these are also from NCERT students, so don't get worried. Okay, so now mostly they are aquatic, right? Mostly they are aquatic, and they are like, even though they're aquatic, we can also see them. Have you seen them on stones? Have you seen them on stones, on the logs of the tree, right? You would have seen it, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? You would have seen it like this on the logs of the tree. You can see like this green color patches. That means what? This log would have been there for a very longer time. So it has absorbed all the moisture and allowing the algae to grow, right? And then some live in association with fungi. All of you know algae do symbiosis. That means they will tell like, okay, we both will become friends. I will give you food, you give me protection, right? So fungi and this, what are they called? Okay, lichens, right? Lichens. Yesterday only we did this. Yesterday we did this. Some live on animals, that is epizoic. Zoic. Whenever the word zoic come, it has something to do with zoology, right? So epizoic, that means they live on animals. The example given in your NCERT is sloth bear. Okay, sloth bear is the example that is given. Okay, sloth bear. Then there is epiphytic. So students, so much you should understand. So much you should understand. Epizoic, okay, it is basically, that means it lives on animal. Okay, phytic, that means the algae that lives on plant. Okay, so which lives on plant surface, those are called epiphytic algae. Clear? Clear? And then here in algae, the dominant stage is the gametophyte. That means this gametophyte will form gametes, and then the second stage is going to be sporophyte, right? From gametophyte stage, we are going to sporophyte stage. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, sporophyte is unicellular. The sporophytic stage is going to be unicellular. Okay. And then the form, now this algae, no, they can be present in many forms. That means they could be present, okay. Students, they could be present as unicellular. Okay, they could be present as unicellular. They could be present as unicellular, but in a colony form. Okay, but in a colony form. Okay, or they could be multicellular. Okay, these are the forms with which algae can live. Agreed, all of you? Agreed? Right? So it can be present as a unicellular. That means it can stay alone. It is alone, only that cell, unicellular, happy. Okay, but it could be present unicellular colony, and they could form filamentous structure, right? They could form filamentous structure. Okay, volvox. Remember we studied volvox, right? Volvox we studied, right? And then it could stay as multicellular. So algae can be in three form: unicellular colony, that colony forming into filamentous. Okay, and then we have multicellular. Okay, Eulothrix you studied, volvox you studied, right? So many examples you will be studying in under algae. Clear? Same way students, we can also classify algae's reproduction. Okay, reproduction. We'll get into it. Okay, now look here. So the form and size of algae are highly variable. They are also present everywhere. They are also present everywhere. They are also very highly variable. Now, ranging from colonial forms like volvox, present in colonies, filamentous form like Eulothrix, students, this Eulothrix question, no, has been asked so many times. Reserve food materials in Eulothrix, pigment present in Eulothrix, is it present in colony form or unicellular? So Eulothrix is a definite question. Clear? Are you all with me? Yes? And Spirogyra. Spirogyra also we spoke, right? Now, let's see what your NCERT has to say. Okay? So, now look here, your NCERT is telling about the reproduction. Okay, reproduction. Now, listen so much. Last class, that is yesterday's class, we came across few things. Okay, I'm explaining it again for students who are new to this class. Okay, your algae can reproduce by vegetative reproduction, right? Vegetative reproduction, that is by the method, okay, it could be the method of fragmentation or it could be by the method of binary fission. Okay, binary fission. Clear, students? Are you all with me? If you understood so far, quickly like the session and let me know if you understood. Okay, the next reproduction can be by asexual reproduction. I told you students, yesterday also I happened to tell you, whenever we speak about vegetative and asexual reproduction, most of the time students will get confused. But understand that when we are talking about asexual reproduction, there are asexual spores coming into place. Okay, asexual spores are coming into place. That is why we are talking about this. Okay, under asexual spore, in your algae, you will be only talking about zoospores. You'll be only talking about zoospores. And main reason to talk about zoospores is because they are aquatic. Isn't it? Isn't it? All of you remember? Yesterday we spoke about this. How many of you remember? How many of you remember? Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question to know how many of you are listening to my class. Okay? Let me ask you a question. Yes? Yes? Okay. Which was the most advanced classification? Among all the classification, which was the most advanced classification? Tell me. Which was the most advanced classification? I want to see if you're all sleeping in the class. Quickly. Yes, very good, Nandini. Nandini has answered first. Others, which is the most advanced classification according to you? Okay, you don't have to be according to me, according to you. Okay. Quickly, others, sleeping. Sleeping, are you all sleeping? Yes, yes. Okay, right? Phylogenetic classification is the most advanced, correct? Okay, fine. No one is sleeping in the class, right? Okay. Now, zoospore students, here in asexual reproduction, zoospores are present because they reproduce aquatic, right? They reproduce, their habitat is in aquatic, right? And the zoospores are endogenous. That means they grow inside, not outside. Okay, they are endogenous. They are endogenous. Now, we have to talk about sexual reproduction. Now, sexual reproduction, these terms are, you already know these terms, but still for those who are new, okay, those who are new, sexual reproduction is mainly by three forms, okay, three forms. That is your isogamous, okay, isogamous or isogamy, okay, anisogamy, anisogamy and oogamy. Okay, students, sexual reproduction is by isogamous, anisogamous and oogamous. Okay, that is, okay, that is only with a diagram I'm going to explain you people. I want you people to tell me what you understand looking at the diagram, okay? Okay, looking at the diagram, you are going to tell me what do you understand, okay? Okay, say no need plus and minus if it's confusing, okay? Students, male, female, okay? Isogamous, what does it mean? What does it mean? Isogamous, just looking at the diagram, let me know. Looking at the diagram, let me know what is it? Yes. Trisha, who is that? Okay, Sushma has answered same size. Okay, isogamous is same size, similar size. Okay, correct. So, just by this diagram, you will understand what this is. Isogamous means they are, okay, isogamous means they are similar in their size and shape. Okay, similar in their size and shape. That means the gametes that are formed will be similar. So, algae, some of the algae might be isogamous, some might be anisogamous or oogamous, depending on which type of sexual reproduction they are going to take up, right? Okay, similar size and shape. But when it comes to anisogamy, they are different sizes, correct? Different sizes. Different sizes, students, but both can be motile. Both can be motile. It is not, yes, dissimilar in size. Very good. Okay, both can be motile. That is not a problem, right? Here, when it comes to oogamous, the egg is going to be still. That egg is not going to go anywhere. The male has to come towards the egg, right? So, this is different in size and motility. That is movement, right? One is motile, one is non-motile. Okay, difference in size and movement. Right, and movement. Okay, clear? Clear? Okay, yes, egg is non-motile, male is motile. Clear? This is your sexual reproduction. Okay, I'll write the heading for those who wants to copy. Sexual reproduction in algae. Clear? Okay, now let's see what, do any of you want to copy or we are good to go? Okay. Yes, quickly. Students, so far, any doubts? So far, we have introduced to classification. I introduced you to algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte, just the borderline I have given you. Now, we'll go into depth. Okay, now we'll go into depth. Okay, yes, clear, fine. Okay, so students, here in your textbook, here they have given the algae reproduced by vegetative, asexual and sexual methods. We just discussed. Vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation, okay, and binary fission, okay. And then asexual reproduction is by the formation of zoospores, mainly because algae is aquatic. This is the main reason, okay. And sexual reproduction takes place through fusion of gametes. That is, again, here you can see anisogamous, isogamous and oogamous. Clear? Clear? So, this is what your NCERT has told. We finished it with just drawing a diagram, right? Drawing a diagram. Okay, students, we will start with just the algae's general, like, understanding of the classification, okay, Chlorophyceae. Okay, now we will just go through the function, okay. After that, I think classification we will take it in the next class, okay. So, algae are useful to man, because they are present everywhere and they also do lot of help. Especially, what is important for you is that they do at least half of the carbon dioxide fixation. They do at least half of the carbon dioxide fixation on Earth with the help of photosynthesis. Clear? With the help of photosynthesis. And they are also the primary producers. They are also the primary producers of energy rich components. Primary producers of energy rich components. Clear? Okay. Now, example given in your textbook itself is laminarin and sargassum are among the 70 species of marine algae which is used as food, feeding, right? Food. Okay. And then we have algin, that is your brown algae. Then we have carrageenan. Carrageenan also, students, it is a PYQ question about this. There was a PYQ question about it. I discussed in my own session. When we did plant kingdom, PYQs and MCQs, I spoke about carrageenan. This is a red algae which is used commercially. That means for the purpose of like for selling, okay, these algae are used abundantly, okay. And then agar, you people would have heard lot about agar. Agar also is very, very commercially used, okay. And this agar we get it from the bacteria called Gelidium and Gracilaria. Again in PYQ MCQ question, okay, MCQ question, Gelidium and Gracilaria. Gracilaria, which are used in preparation of ice cream and jellies. So these are the bacteria that are used commercially, okay. Got it? So here you can write, no wait, you can students just write this, okay. Okay. Yes, are you all with me? Gelidium and Gracilaria for ice creams. Okay, jellies. So just write this and keep in one side so that whenever you are looking at bacteria which are of commercial use or which are used for other purposes, you can write all this and just, you know, these are the examples you can remember, okay. So that how are you going to remember the example? You are going to remember the example as lag. There is a lag, okay. Actually one more, wait, lag, one more G is there, students. Are you able to see? Wait, I'll use a... Students, easy way to remember this, easy way to remember is lag. Bacteria that are of commercial use is easy way to remember lag. Okay, lag. You have to know at least, okay, sargassum is laminaria. Again, sargassum you will study for other use. As of now, easy way to remember is lag. Yes? Yes, are you following? L stands for laminarin, A stands for algin, Gelidium, Gracilaria. Students, at least two examples you should know about commercially used bacteria. Now you know 4 examples. Okay, please write it down. Lag, lag. There is a lag, right? Your brain shouldn't lag when they ask you examples. That is why you have to write this and keep. Did you all write it? Did you all write it? Yes. Okay, so this is the easy way to remember. Okay. Easy? Yes, lag. You can type it in the chat box also. Lag. People will think there's a lag with the video, but they don't know this is the short form for your easy way to remember examples of your economically useful bacteria. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I think today's class we will do just till the classification because I believe you have another class, right? You have another class after this, Shreyas? Yes? Yes, students? Yeah. So that is why we will just finish it with the classifications. And then next class we will do full up to maybe bryophytes, okay. Yes, okay. So students, the algae is mainly divided into 3 main classes: chlorophyceae, which is your green algae. Chlorophyceae, which is your green algae. Then you have your phycophyceae, which is your brown algae. This is the common names you can use, okay? Brown algae. Okay, then we have rhodophyceae, which is the red algae. Clear? Clear? Yes, 5 p.m. Yeah. So, chlorophyceae, phycophyceae and rhodophyceae, students, depending on the pigment that is present, and the color, right? The color, they are classified into green algae, brown algae and red algae, okay? So, these people, that is your green algae, they will be definitely capable of doing maximum photosynthesis, right? They will be doing photosynthesis all the time. And because of this, they will give what? They will give dissolved oxygen to the dissolved oxygen to your water bodies, right? Dissolved oxygen to your water bodies. Okay. Now, your phycophyceae and rhodophyceae also your red algae. It also gives lot of pigments, Sometimes you can see the portion where this algae is present, you can see them completely red, okay? Completely red. You would have seen, no, I told you, no, when you go to lakes and ponds which are untouched for a very long time, okay, which is untouched for a very long time, you can see green patches everywhere. Students, that green patches is the gametophytic stage. Okay, that green patches are the gametophytic stage. Understood? So, next time you see it, you have to tell, is it a gametophyte or a sporophyte? Okay, is it a gametophyte or a sporophyte? Clear? So, the algae is divided into 3 classes. So, let's do a quick revision. Okay, so what and all did we study today? Today we studied about the different types of classification. Are you all with me? Let's do a very quick 5 minutes revision of whatever we studied the whole. Ready? Ready? Yes or no? Yes or no? Others? Again sleeping? Should I ask a question? Okay, we'll do a quick revision. Today we did about the classifications, right? We spoke about the classification. Under classification, we discussed about okay, we discussed about artificial. Okay, we discussed about artificial. We discussed about phylogenetic. Okay, phylogenetic. We discussed about natural, right? We discussed about numerical, right? Did we discuss about all this? We discussed about artificial, phylogenetic, natural, numerical. Yes? Yes? Yeah. Okay. And then we discussed about cytotaxonomy, right? Cytotaxonomy. Okay. Then we discussed about chemotaxonomy. Okay. Yes, we discussed about all this. Yes, we discussed classification. Then what did we discuss? After classification, we gave an overview about algae, that is your kingdom Plantae. We spoke about bryophytes. We spoke about pteridophytes. And gymnosperm, right? We didn't speak much about. We spoke about their habitat. We spoke about so many things, right? We spoke about their habitat. We spoke about their dominant phase. We spoke about alternation of generation. We also spoke about the vascular systems, right, students? Okay. So how can we end the session before a rapid fire, right? And then we spoke about sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction and vegetative reproduction. Okay, so we will go for a quick rapid fire. Be very quick, okay, because you have to join Shreyas' class, and before that you need a 2-3 minutes break, take a water break, switch off your biology brains and switch on your physics brains, right? So I'll give you that 2-3 minutes break. So be very, very fast, okay? So if you're ready for the rapid fire, you know what to do in the chat box. So quickly go on. I'm waiting. Only if I see your Josh, then we will go forward. Yes. Others? That's all. That's all, Josh. Oh no. Okay. So students, rapid fire. First question. What is the dominant stage in a bryophyte? You have to be very quick or else you're not going to get a break. Which is the dominant stage in a bryophyte? Dominant stage in a bryophyte. Very good, Trisha. Very fast. Priyanka, very fast. Yes, very good. The dominant stage in a bryophyte is a gametophyte, right? Gametophyte. Okay. Do pteridophytes have sieve tubes of sieve cells or sieve cells? Do pteridophytes have sieve tubes or sieve cells? Just put cell or tube in the chat box because you need to be quick. Cell or tube? Do they have cell? Very good. Priyanka first. Yes. Sieve, right? Sieve cells. Okay, third question. Third question. What is the other name? What is the other name for red algae? What is the other name for red algae? Other name for red algae. What is the other name for red algae? Bro, yes, Bala has answered. Nandini, okay, very good. Rhodophyceae is the other name for red algae. Okay, now to remember the commercially used algae, the most commercially used algae, what is the code that I've given you? Commercially used algae, what is the code that I've given you? Code. Give me the code. Yes, Trisha is first. Code is, students who joined late, you don't know this code. What is the code? Lag. Lag. Yes, lag is the code to remember your commercially used algae. Laminarin, algae, gracilaria, gelidium. Very good. Okay, last rapid fire question. Last rapid fire question. Okay. Who was the scientist who came up with natural system of classification? Who was the scientist who came up with natural system of classification? Two scientists. Natural system of classification. Last question of your rapid fire. You'll get a 5 minutes break. Ooh, good job. Good job. You can clap for yourself. Okay. Priyanka told the answer first. Yes, Bentham and Hooker. Very good. Whoever answered also. You people are trying. Amulya, Carl Linnaeus and Aristotle, they came up with the initial classification. Okay. Initial classification, not natural system of classification. Okay. They came up with artificial system of classification. Okay, students. So today we couldn't finish algae. It's okay. Next class we will take algae and bryophytes. Okay, we'll try to complete it. Okay. So next class will be a little more longer class because there's lot to remember, lot of examples. I want to make sure, like how I did biological classification, I want to make sure that it is in your brain. Okay. And do not forget to join for my one-shot video of molecular basis of inheritance. You also will have MCQs. It is from 8 o'clock. So before you sleep, you will be done studying molecular basis of inheritance. Okay. And if you still haven't joined my special class, the link is direct in the description box and it is also pinned, okay, on the comments. So thank you so much for joining. Take a 5 minutes break and join Shreyas sir's class also. Okay. Do not forget. Fine. Okay. See you all next class. See you all next class. And we can talk and interact through our special classes. So do not forget to join special class. And if you are not still a part of the challenge, go back and see my biological classification part 3 video. There is a challenge at the end of the video and I want all of you to do it. Many of you didn't do it. I am really disappointed. Few of them did. Priyanka did. Few students have done. I've read their challenge also. Okay. So those who didn't do, go quickly do it. And thank you so much for joining. See you all next class. Okay. Yes.